Border Collies are awesome, aren't they? Okay. There are so many reasons why people love their Border Collies, and there are so many reasons why most people probably shouldn't get a Border Collie. The only caveat is if you watch this video and you're really intending to get a Border Collie, then you must also watch the next video, which is about why you should not get a Border Collie. If you'd like to make life better for you and your dog, the Border Collies and I would love you to join us. Yay! Good job! I've been owned by 5 Border Collies in my life so far, and they are definitely a different breed. People who love their Border Collies absolutely adore their Border Collies, and for a lot of good reasons. I thought it would be fun to ask some Border Collie lovers what it is they loved about the breed. I'm going to read some of the answers about why people think their Border Collies are awesome. So here we go. She can read my emotions even when I'm not showing them, and she really cares that I'm happy. The way they amaze non-Border Collie owners, the comments of, "How did you teach that?" when all they're doing is just being a Border Collie. I love the cuddles he gives. He is so loving. He's so funny, he makes me laugh and is just lovable. The fact that he's a person, not an animal, I swear they are. And he's gorgeous and sweet and loving and so very smart. Nothing I read or studied about the breed had prepared me for all these emotions. My dog is a cuddle bug. We never had to teach our dog anything. He walks off the lead everywhere. He knows when to avoid sheep, when to round them up. He knows when to let us know when he wants to go out or come in, whether he wants food or play, anything. I swear he was human in a previous life. The look in their eyes, the way they love to be loved, their focus on their owner, their intelligence, the breed themselves can look vastly different. Their willingness to please. Not much I don't like about them. She feels like my youngest child. The breed is so human-like with all their characteristics, in my opinion. He can sense when I'm upset or stressed and works to calm me down until he's successful. I also barely had to train him. He just seems to understand. My dog Asha, when she was younger, used to know when I was sick before I was sick, and she would cuddle up on my pillow, which she wouldn't normally do. And whenever she cuddled up on my pillow, I'd realize I was starting to come down with a cold or a flu or something. So she was extremely sensitive. So I really get that trait that they're talking about. I've only got to sneeze and he's there with kisses, checking I'm okay. Trainability? No. He's either backward or a very slow learner, but we love him to bits despite his flaws and his naughtiness. She has the sweetest personality. Loves like no other, always so playful and happy. Such a cuddler. Mine are so in tune with my emotions. And this person loves the Velcro nature, trainability, and just her. I love that they're my shadow. My Border Collie is so smart, and I feel like she understands everything I say. In some cases, I think she's really just learned English, and in that sense, she's trained herself. She's been a joy to experiment with things like dock diving and kick sledding. And I also love that about my Border Collies, that I've been able to do a lot of dog sports. They're game for so many different activities. My favorite thing about my Border Collie is his eyes, her gentle brilliance, his lovable nature. He's one of the friendliest dogs I've ever known or met. At the end of the day, he just wants to be loved and is so eager to please. Their sweetness. Every day my heart is filled with love, joy, and laughter because I have my dog in my life. They're very smart and intuitive. They give unconditional love. I love living with my dogs, working with the sheep, and because we get along, because they are sensitive, intelligent, and I don't have to work on the same problem for 4 weeks because they're smart and they learn quickly. Like in a good marriage, love and understanding on both sides. Obviously, I didn't use any names there. I don't want to identify anyone, but these are kind of the general feelings that people have about their Border Collies and why they love them. Each of my Border Collies has been so different, and yet there is a certain enthusiasm. I think that's the trait that I love most about my dogs. If I wasn't interested in training, I would not get a Border Collie because they are an active breed and they really do need both mental and physical stimulation. But if you do like training, and I like doing trick training, I've done agility, canine freestyle, my dogs are game for every single one of the activities. At the same time, I've had dogs with temperaments that are not suitable for certain things. For example, Keegan doesn't like crowds, and a big, busy arena with lots of people and lots of dogs is really too much for him. But he loves training one-on-one, and he's just excellent with tricks. He picks up the trick so quickly. One of the things that Keegan does that I really love is if I can't reach an object, I can point at it and he'll pick it up and bring it to me. He's so enthusiastic, and Keegan is a very hyperactive dog, but he's game for everything. My dog Sprite actually was my livelihood for over 5 years. Sprite worked doing goose control for the local city to keep the Canada geese away from the parks. And Sprite was just an amazing dog. She had excellent recall. She just really understood her job was to send the geese away and to come back. On the other hand, Skiing's recall is not that bomb-proof, and Keegan took a bit of time to train as well. Asha's a very shy dog, and she's quite different than the other Border Collies I've had. She loves training as well. She's a much more mellow dog in many ways, and she'd just be happy to stay at home. She just likes to be with her person. She loves doing training, she loves doing games, she loves interacting. And when she was younger, she did have a huge amount of energy to burn. Every Border Collie I've ever had has had a lot of energy to burn. For me, that's been good because it's gotten me out walking, it's gotten me out doing dog sports. But if you have a really time-consuming job and you're not with your dog that much, that could be a problem. Skeen is young and he's still forming his personality, but he's very loving. I really understand what people are talking about there. He's just such a sweet dog. He really likes physical affection, and he's a real cuddler. But not all Border Collies are cuddlers. Keegan likes cuddles, but only to a certain amount, and he doesn't like cuddles from strangers. For many years, the reason that I chose Border Collies as a breed was because of my goose control job. Border Collies are a great breed for bird control. You'll sometimes see them at airports, and Sprite was that kind of a dog, really reliable and a really great worker. Sprite was, if you could compare Sprite to a human, she was a career girl. She wanted to work, she wanted to be busy, she was very reliable, she did what you asked her to do, but she just wanted to keep working, and that was her reward. She loved doing the work. She definitely had a very strong physical drive that was probably above average compared to most dog breeds. And this is common in Border Collies. Keegan has had a lot of health issues and he's a very nervous dog, but what I really love about Keegan is that he honestly just does want to connect with me and wants to please me. He's very sensitive, and if I raise my voice, he will go and hide in his crate. And I mean, I'm not talking about even being angry, just high volume voice will scare some Border Collies. His sensitivity can be a really lovely thing, and it can be sometimes problematic. Asha was a terrified dog when I first got her. Asha was a rescue, and she hadn't been exposed to much in the world. And what I love about Asha is that over the years, she's really come out of her shell. She's actually probably the most friendly of dogs. When I'm out in public and I've got them on leash, she will go up to people. And at one time in her life, that was just unthinkable. She was so terrified. So the potential for growth with Border Collies, it's like the potential for us and what we offer them and what they can take from that and how they can turn out can be just so amazing. I also always have loved how Asha and Keegan would play together. Two Border Collies that actually play together is actually not that common, and most of my Border Collies have not really interacted a huge amount together, but Asha and Keegan had a special bond. As Asha's gotten older, she doesn't play as much now, but it was always so special when they had that play relationship. Two of my dogs, Sprite and Keegan, they both would pick up tricks really quickly. I would teach them something and it would be just not as many repetitions as some of my other dogs and other breeds of dogs I've had. I would show them something, and particularly Keegan, but Sprite as well, they would pick up really quickly because they really wanted to do the work and they really wanted to interact, and they want to please you. Now, not every Border Collie wants to please you. Skeen doesn't always want to please me. But in general, interaction and doing a job can be very rewarding to the Border Collies that I've owned, or that have owned me, actually. I also love the look of the Border Collie, and I like the variety of the coat color and the different kinds of coats. The fact that Border Collies were bred for so many years for work traits and not for looks has created quite a variety in size and appearance. Now, these are just a few of the reasons that people love their Border Collies. If you have a Border Collie or know a Border Collie and there's something awesome that I haven't mentioned, I would love to know what makes your dog awesome. So as you can see, many people absolutely love their Border Collies, including me. But as I also mentioned, you can't talk about how awesome Border Collies are without warning about some of the issues that people do have with their Border Collies. If you really are considering this breed, then please do watch the next video about why not to get a Border Collie. See you there.